Hey, what is good, ladies and gentlemen, niggas? It's your boy Moon Monkey coming at you with another In the Lab with your boy Yoshi. Last time I hit you with the basic moves of Yoshi, and now let's actually get into some of the more advanced techniques. Cause we can do quite a bit with this nigga right here. So let's start off with the basic jabs stuff. So like I mentioned before, we went over the basic moves in my previous episode. If you want to check out that, I'll leave a link in the description. But we're gonna be putting all those basic moves that we learned in the first video and put them into use to see what tactics we can do in this video. So one tactic I really like to do is jab jab into running grab. This almost always works at low percents, probably like around like 0 to like 125. Once again, this will differ from character to character. Some characters are a little heavier, some are a little bit lighter, and it might work a little longer. So jab jab to start running. So after you finish your jab, you just want to go into a dash state and try to follow it up with a running grab. Use Yoshi's long tongue. That will be able to catch most of these cats, but be careful. Eventually, characters will be knocked back so far that they'll land on their back and he won't be able to do it. You kind of want to hit them while they're like, I guess, landing. As you can see, Mario lands on his feet instead of on his back. So at one point, Mario will begin to land on his back. So I think 25% is that tipping point for Mario. So Mario will land on his feet once again, land on his feet once again, and he lands on his back right there. So I'm guessing around like 35, Mario will not be able to land on his feet. So jab jab, there you go, lands on his feet. Therefore you will be able to follow with a running grab after that jab. So that is a very nice starter, like just to rack up percents at early percentages. I definitely recommend you start pummeling as well. I mean, characters will be able to mash out of it, but once you just go into jab jab and just follow up into the grab and just start pummeling, whenever the characters do get out, you're able to start out from there, just jab jab either again or run up with a grab. So you can definitely do a lot of mind games from there. Another good chain of moves that you can do with Yoshi is do his forward tilt into up tilt, or another variant is just double up tilt, which is really nice. But be mindful, Yoshi's F tilt definitely has different properties. At the tip, you definitely knock characters further away, but if you hit them at the base, they kind of pop up in your immediate area. So where you definitely want to hit them is near the base. And the best way to get close to your opponent while doing that is start to implement pivot tilts, which is a really nice way to just get in your opponent's head, kind of like space them out. So if you manage to do a pivot tilt, you can start doing up tilts to follow, chain up into it, and follow with some egg throws as you retreat back to the ground. This is a very nice way just to rack up percent, get in your opponent's head. So once again, I'm gonna have the input at the bottom, the right-hand corner of the screen. You can definitely see how I'm achieving this pivot tilt motion. For some of you guys that may not know how to do this, I'm going to try to like help you guys out, try to my best to replicate that down below. So yeah, F tilt into up tilt works really nice. It chains very nicely, especially if you're hitting near the base. Or you can just do double up tilt. So let's get Mario back down to 0%. Once again, most of these moves will work at lower percents. So double up tilt works really nice, and from there you can just start going into up airs. So you could definitely, well, let's see which one is the better of the two. Forward tilt, up tilt, up tilt. Oh, you can do, yeah, so from your forward tilt, you can do double up tilt. So you can kind of extend and do a little bit more damage. Because if you just do double up tilt, hold up, that's the up smash. If you do double up tilt, up tilt, up tilt, that's 14%. By 2 up airs, that you're 38%. And if you do a forward tilt into double up tilt, hold up, let's try to get it perfectly because you don't want them to land on the ground. You want to try to do it immediately. There you go. And then start doing double up tilt. There you go, 45. So 45 to 38. So you're definitely doing a lot more percent to, I mean, you're doing an extra move in there. So you definitely want to try to squeeze that in if you can. So try to implement that pivot tilt just to get in your opponent's head, pop them up in immediate range, try to follow it up with an up tilt. And be mindful, Yoshi's up tilt definitely has a lot of range. You can actually hit people from behind you. As you can see, it kind of takes Mario in the head, and you can kind of bring them into front of you. So that's going to be kind of cool. Now, if you're able to kind of do like pivot F tilt, and you're like in immediate range, yeah, there you go. That's what I was trying to show you guys. Once you kind of like hit them with the hitbox of your F tilt, you can kind of pop them in the air and try to utilize your up tilt, try to like pop them up even more, since the tail has a lot of range. So you definitely want to utilize that. And while we're in the talking of pivot tilts and shit, let's get into pivot specials. One of Yoshi's best moves to pivot is definitely going to be his egg throw. So typical egg throw, you're stationary, throwing your egg, and you can actually run while throwing your egg. You won't really move that much, but one good way just to pressure and space your opponent is to run to one direction and then quickly flick and angle your stick the other direction, so you'll kind of like run and slide a bit forward while throwing your egg in the other direction. So definitely a good way. Once again, I'll be showing the inputs down there to try to help you replicate this motion. So this is definitely a good way just to outspace your opponents, but you got to be careful. You don't want to be in your opponent's face trying to do it. I mean, it's really nice just to like kind of like pop them up. One thing I really love to do with Yoshi for the eggs, kind of like do egg volleys. The egg will kind of pop your opponent up, leave them in a stun state, and you can kind of use that egg just to kind of like a setup for like a spike. So it's basically playing volleyball with yourself, trying to use those eggs. So I think, let's see when this actually starts working. Because I do know that probably like around 60% maybe. Let's see, egg throw. Hold up. You want to actually, oh, let's try 75% since Mario is pretty much close to it. So an egg. Yeah, so around 75% around this area, if you manage to pop off an egg, you definitely want to just go gun-ho with a spike in from it. So that's a really nice setup, try to go for an egg volleyball spike kind of thing. Really nice setup. Egg throws are really just nice because you leave your opponent in stun, and also since Yoshi's kind of quick on the ground, he's able to close in the distance, which is why he's able to set up for that spike as well. Now, going back to the whole pivot tilts, you can actually do pivot side B, which is really nice. You can run in one direction and then it's pivot side B back the other way. So that's really nice way just to change your momentum. But once again, you don't really want to rely on this against characters like Samus, Lucario, Wii Fit Trainer, Mega Man, characters with projectiles because they will punish Yoshi. Also, you want to be mindful that you can actually stall in the air. So if you run out of jumps, 1, 2, 3, use up those 3 jumps, and your opponent's charging for a smash, you can kind of use your side B, because your side B in the air kind of pops you up, so you can kind of like stall a little bit. So, I mean, that's what I usually do. One thing that can really make Yoshi a lot more intimidating on the stage is if you start implementing like B reversal. So one move that's really good for B reversing is Yoshi's egg lay. So typically egg lay in the air is a really nice way just to like get catapult opponents inside your egg. You can actually get them off stage in the egg. That could be really good for putting them in an unfavorable position. But if you can B reverse it, that will make Yoshi kind of a threat. So to B reverse, you're pretty much kind of like flicking your analog stick the opposite direction just as you initiate it. So as you can see, there you go. I'm first standing facing this direction, but as I press my neutral, I'm gonna face the other direction. And you can actually change your momentum when you're running in one direction while doing it. So if I run, do it. Oops, actually did my side B. You'll know if you're doing it right if you do your egg lay, but if you do it wrong, you're gonna end up doing your side special. So it's gonna take some practice. It's definitely a tricky maneuver, so it definitely takes some practice. So let's see if I can actually change my momentum while doing it. So let's run. There we go. You gotta actually like flick it in moments notice of you pressing your B button, but you never want to do it at the same time. You kind of want to like flick and then flip it around quickly. So I'm gonna definitely have my analog stick in the opposite direction so you can definitely see it. One of the better tactics that you can do, especially around the edge, is start doing your egg throw along the edge. So you can kind of press your opponents, allow you to give you some space while you're on the ledge. It's a really nice way, but you got to be careful because sometimes you could kind of mess up and like kind of miss the ledge. So you definitely take some practice. Just follow what I'm doing. I'm definitely putting in the inputs on the controller so you can kind of see what I'm doing. One good way is you can actually approach the stage with the egg, so you can kind of like follow up with your egg. So that's a really nice way. Another good move that I really love to do when on the ledge. Hold on, let's bring Mario a little closer. Because this move is really nice, but it definitely has its disadvantages. So let me show you what I'm going to plan on doing. I'm definitely going to like drop down a little bit and then follow it with my down air. So let's see. There we go. And that move right there, really nice way to catch your opponent off guard. There's a lot of shield pressure as well. So if you have an opponent that loves to dance around the ledge, maybe they like to kind of like wait for you to try to down smash you, you can definitely try to just drop down a little bit and come back up with the down air. Really nice move. But you gotta be careful. Characters that love to throw out their down air. One move that I have really bad experience with is DDD's dash attack. Since DDD kind of has like a slow wind up and like his dash attack has a crazy amount of like hitbox on it, it kind of dips down. So even if Yoshi drops down a little bit and begins to come back up with it, it's still going to hit Yoshi. So I definitely think this is not a good move to do against DD as you see him run up and dash you. You definitely probably want to like fall back and probably do an egg throw back to the stage. So you definitely want to give DD his space when doing his dash attack. But you know, in most characters, if you see them running up to you, definitely just run up quickly, because once you let go of that ledge, you gotta act fast because you're not gonna have any super armor when you try to grab it back. That goes for everybody. So whenever you let go of that ledge, you want to think of something real quick to get back on the stage, so the next time you do grab the ledge, you get that super armor. You never want to be caught on the ledge without super armor because you're just pretty much asking to get down smashed off of it. So keep that in mind. So yeah, down here is really nice, or you kind of surprise your opponents with an egg lay. Really nice move. always try to implement the egg lay just to get in your opponent's head. But yeah, down air is really nice move to do on the ledge, as well as on the stage. So if you could just run up short hop down near your opponents, really nice way just to put moving hitboxes as you move across the stage. So really nice way to suppress your opponents. Also, you can kind of cross them up. So even if they are shielding and ready for a shield grab, you can kind of like mix it up, either go in front of them or behind them, depending on where you DI towards. So really nice way. Or you can kind of like tip off of their head and kind of like retreat back. But you gotta be careful because some characters like Zero Suit Samus, Link, Samus herself, they have long extended grab range. So even if you do try to retreat back, they can still grab you. So you definitely want to be mindful of that. So I've taken the liberty of bumping Mario's percent up to 50% because one chain of move that I really like to do when pressuring your opponent is going to fair into up smash. Now, it kind of really depends if you're able to pull off the spike, because once you get the spike, your opponent does pop up. As you can see, Mario pops up, but it can be tech, so you definitely want to, it's kind of a mix-up. If your opponent does tech, you definitely want to be following it up with a running up smash, but if they don't tech and take the bounce, you just stand in place and bounce. So you can kind of feel out your opponent. Once you get that first spike, if they do tech it, you can definitely just feel them out. If they don't tech it, you just be ready for the next time to go for the up smash. If they do tech it, you just want to be careful. Just be mindful just to run, chase the tech, and then do the up smash. So really nice way just to press your opponent. Kind of a 50-50 mix-up. Really nice way. But I really like doing your fair into up smash. But you kind of have to space it out. It's definitely going to take some practice. Once again, the spike of Yoshi's nose is definitely at the tip of it. So you definitely want to try to like get that sweet spot of the spike, pop it up, and get ready for that up smash. At higher percents, it definitely does work. It can actually work as a good killing move. So let's actually get Mario up to like around 76, 75. So let's hold on. Let's try to get the spike though. Let's get the spike though. There we go. And pop him up. So yeah, as you can see the kill setup in it already. So once you get that fair, regardless if they pop up or tech it, you just gotta like read which way they're gonna go. But once you read it, you're pretty much set. But at one point, it definitely does get too high of a pop-up. So you either want to try to go for like a aerial at that point, or you just probably just want to like read out where they're gonna go. But yeah, at lower percents, like I would say like around 50 to 75%, this is definitely a good rack up way just to kill opponents. I know it definitely kills characters like Kirby and Mr. Game Watch Light characters. Mario might seem like he's a little bit stubborn to die from it. Maybe with levels with a little bit of a lower ceiling, it might kill. But yeah, fair into up smash is definitely a good move. Also, another good tactic. Yoshi might find himself a lot of times in the air trying to retreat back down to the stage safely, and the character might be annoying enough trying to kind of limit Yoshi's ways of approaching back down to the floor. So what you could always do is try to time out doing your Yoshi bomb to the ledge. When Yoshi actually is facing towards the ledge, Yoshi will actually auto snap to the ledge. You don't want to have your back facing the ledge because you will actually fall. But you kind of want to be in the vicinity, so it's definitely going to take some practice. But once you have it, you just automatically just zip right back down to the ledge. Nice, safe way. So you kind of want to line it up. You don't want to make it on the ledge because Yoshi will take landing lag. Well, not landing lag, but just end lag of just like stomping into the ground. I mean, the stars can only do so much to save you. And as you can see right there, if you turn your back to it, you definitely won't grab the ledge. You want to be facing the ledge. There you go, and you'll grab it. So definitely a nice way just to grab the ledge. Definitely take some practice just to line it up. You kind of, after a while, you'll definitely get like good judgment of where you can actually do it. Bowser's, it works the same way for Bowser as well. So definitely want to try it out. Definitely a nice way just to zoom right back to the stage. But be careful. Some characters can beat out Yoshi's down B if they time it out. So you definitely want to be careful, especially for like characters like DDD. I mentioned DDD because I have a really good DDD main that loves to punish my Yoshi bombs. So you definitely want to be careful with characters that love to contest it. So try out these couple things. Yoshi bomb to the ledge, fair into up smash, definitely a good way. And also as well as just trying out Yoshi's pivot his pivot grab. Definitely a nice way. You definitely get double the range in your pivot grab, so you definitely want to try to make use of that because Yoshi has a long tongue, and why not see what that tongue do? Why not see what my nigga tongue do? Because Yoshi definitely can put a lot of mind games on the opponents. Yoshi's grab is definitely going to be his one of his greatest moves just to like kind of pressure your opponent. Since Yoshi has considerable amount of speed as well as just throwing out your fairs just to pressure your opponent, that grab is definitely going to help them, especially your egg lay. A lot of opponents love to do shield grabbing, and egg lay, since it's a command grab, you can just run up from the air and just do your egg lay because it just bypasses it. Characters with command grabs are definitely going to benefit a lot from characters that love to shield grab, so you definitely want to be mindful of that. Also, when your opponent's in the air, you definitely want to make sure you're able to chase them out. Definitely, this is going to come into play with your egg lay skill, so you definitely want to just try to mess around the different angles. I know Bowser bombs definitely like to come from the line up right above you, so you definitely want to try to flick the wrist right above you. Look at the flick of the wrist. Try to get that shit right above you, and definitely try to just mess around with Yoshi's egg throw just to like set up for volleys, like I mentioned before. One chain of move that I also like to do is going from jab to down tilt. Really nice way just to kind of like pop your opponent away. That initial jab, I notice a lot of people like to go for just one jab and do something else. Doing that one jab can kind of mess with your opponent. They can either just mash shield and you can just like run behind them and try to do like a pivot grab. So try just messing around with one of Yoshi's jab. Try to go one jab down tilt, really nice. Jab up smash works really nice as well. But you gotta be careful, certain moves will not work. You definitely gotta take some timing. But yeah, try just doing like a singular jab just to mess with your opponent. Really nice way. One thing to mention, Yoshi cannot shield wall jump. Definitely want to be mindful of that. You don't want to try to do that. Yoshi can crawl. He can't wall jump and he can't wall click. So keep that in mind. I know some of this shit might seem trivial to you guys, but it's worth putting that out there because some people might try to say, why can't this character wall jump and yours can't? So not every character can wall jump. So in these videos, I will mention that just for the people that may not know. It might seem trivial to some of you, but it is worth mentioning. So yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much seems like Yoshi in a nutshell. Yoshi has really good aerials. Once again, mess around with Yoshi's like running short hop dare, really nice way to pressure shields as well. Run up neutral egg lay, that's a nice way to suppress shield. At that point, if you start mixing up from run up dares and run up egg lays, you can definitely get in your opponent's head because they don't know what to do. If they try to sidestep your run up dare, you're gonna last long enough to catch them out of the sidestep. If they try to shield grab you, have your egg lay just to punish that shield grab. So at that point, it just becomes like a 50-50 just pressure on shield. Or just approach in general. You don't know what they're going to do. If they try to roll, definitely try to follow it up with up smash. Yoshi has a beast up smash. Nigga definitely was taking notes from Fox. Definitely taking notes from Fox. So yeah, Yoshi has quite a bit of combo setup, especially with his tilts. Love his F tilt and his up tilt, really nice. Down tilt, really nice way just to pressure opponents on the ground. Down smash, I would say use down smash if you see opponents trying to get up the ledge. Down smash is a really nice move. I've caught a lot of people just with this down smash alone. If they're in the air, definitely try to use that the egg throw just for like setup volleys. Really nice way. Love doing that. That almost always leads up to a spike, depending on like the knockback that your opponent's in. So as long as your opponent's in that hit stun, you're able just to follow up the egg throw with a spike. So be mindful of that. So once again, niggas, I don't know everything about Green Reptar right here. Chameleon Reptar, you may know some shit about Yoshi that I don't know. So feel free to educate me as well as everyone else that might be interested in Yoshi down in the comment section below. And I might just do a update video talking about the stuff that you have brought up to my attention. So yeah, we in this shit, nigga. We in this shit.